Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Tuesday's Tuners. And here we're going to open up, like last Tuesday, another Hot Wheels Street Tuner. This is the BZR, Subaru BZR. This car in real life was a collab between Toyota and Subaru. A lot of these were actually sold on the Subaru lot, they were built on Subaru premises. But it was a collab between Toyota and Subaru nonetheless to bring back the 86, which I'll discuss here in a little bit. But I'll stick to the model for now. This is really well done. This is by Hot Wheels. It's their Street Tuner series. This is their Subaru. It's known as the Panam Subaru BZR. Pandium Subaru BZR. Okay, try to pronounce that correct. But I'll just leave it at BZR and I'll get more technical. I'll just call it an 86. This is basically them bringing back to life the daddy to this car, the AE86, in a collab. But Hot Wheels has done this really well. Look at this, the detail on it. It's all there. It's all present, front, side. Looks good on Real Riders. I mean, the color selection on the Real Riders is really good. It's metal base. It's even got the aerodynamic swoosh to part the wind on the roof. See that? Yep, divide that wing. It's nice. I think that wing is like really gigantic, but I guess that's just a new thing now. Overdo the wing. But I'm on quote him on this one too. Does that? I bet that wing makes that car fly. Yeah, I'm sure y'all guessed who says that. But it's a really good car. For those that don't know, the A86 is this. Most of the world was making front wheel drive, and Toyota put out an A86. It was they. This is a Trueno, but they also made a 11. But this car right here in particular is what they were trying to go for. I mean, not in looks, but in bringing it back. Toyota, however, that Subaru, they released the same car in an A86. That's what it's called in Japan. And here, give y'all a little view of this. These cars were very dependable. This particular car had something special going on with it. The differential was a living differential, same as in a race car. The motor was the flat four, very dependable car, packing some nice horsepower to it. I mean, for the body weight of this car, it was pushing some serious power. Kaiichi is what made this car famous. He did some drifting on a video called Blues Blues, and it set the world a storm. It brought us things like Tokyo Drift, mainly a big focus towards movies like Fast and the Furious, Japanese cars. A lot of people had seen this and it set off the popularity. But in a time where most people were driving, and Toyota was infamous for making little cars back then, in a time where most people were dealing with, driving economical cars and a lot of people doing the front wheel drive. This particular car, like I said, was a rear wheel drive, and the fact that living rear differential just made it able to slip and slide and drift really, really well. So Toyota and Subaru got together in a collab, kind of like BMW and Toyota did with the Supra to make the new Supra, which a lot of people complain about that. The 86, however, now as of 2019, the new model, you can get it here in the U.S. It's supposedly packing good horsepower to it. People are dropping turbos on it. It's a sharp looking car. I mean, I'm not going to take away from it. But, however, I trip out a little bit on people on here because they buy these sets. Like this, for instance, the tuners. It just looks cool. Hot Wheels put it out. It's on Real Riders. I'm buying it. I kind of buy my cars based on, like I said, things from memory. There's purpose behind it. I have a memory in life due to the vehicle, or I've seen it, or it has some kind of history. But here we're gonna stick to the theme, same as last week. We're gonna open up this, which they're known as scale miniature models, or miniature scale models. They're here. Most people just call them mini GT though, but these are to scale. They are 164 scale models. And sticking with the theme, last Tuner Tuesday, I opened up a matte white. So here I'm gonna open up another. It was a, in case y'all didn't see it, it was a GTR 35 in matte white Liberty Walk. Here, sticking to the White Comet theme. Those of you that are JDM fans and know what I'm talking about. We're gonna open up another White Comet. Here in America, Honda Civics, the popular thing. In the 90s, we just ripped motors out of these Honda Civics, hatchbacks, coupes, it didn't matter. Frankensteining the motors and letting it rip. That VTEC kicking in, vroom, whipping your hair back is a thing. I mean, but look at the artwork on this thing. It's just awesome. Although the youth today, they are still racing Honda Civics. A lot of them are going with the SIs, which the Type R still has more horsepower and more torque to it than the SI. But it's still a really good car. I mean, Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, these cars are all built to last, really. And some of them can get down if you know what you're doing. Of course, I'm not into these big old wings, but look at that. Waves on there, mountain, stars in the night ground. I think that's a geisha. I don't want to speak out of turn, but it could be a geisha. But she just looks cool on the side of that, waving that fan around. But they're still doing their thing with these Civics even today. Back in the day, though, our tuners were clean. We didn't have these wings on the back. To quote somebody from a series when he's seen the wing on the back of one of these cars, and I think a lot of y'all know who I'm talking about. He says, that wing must really make that car fly, must make it go fast. Yeah, ricers. But anyways, here you can see in comparison, this Type R is going to be bigger than this Trueno. And this is true even today because I've dealt around a lot of cars, and a lot of the Japanese cars, you can go back to like 2002 and up, and you can see that same model. It's massive now. Even like in the Toyota Tundras, you look at like a 90 Tundra compared to today, even a 2004 Tundra compared to today's Tundra, they're just gigantic compared to back in the day. But anyways, I'm trying to get this into shot for y'all, get a little better look at it. Oh, by the way, it has like a grass growing on the roof of it. It looks pretty sharp. They've done really good with the detail on this thing. It's a really nice looking job they've done here. With this Mini GT has with this vehicle. I'm not huge on racing deco as a tuner. Myself, a JDM guy. Tuners were clean back in the 90s, clean back in the early 2000s. We didn't have all this crazy graphics. Fast and the Furious is what made this graphic stuff famous. They actually invented it in the movie, and it set off a craze on the streets, and it created what actual racers that race tuners despise. Racers put all kinds of crazy stuff on their cars that don't belong, or just trying to make it look like it's faster. Kind of like you'll see people with a V8 badge on a V4 or on a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder Mustang. And here, let's get another look at this. Credit where credit is due. Hot Wheels did good with this. Although it is not a 1/64 scale model, it is adult looking. It is, I could say, collectible. It is their premium release. Looks good overall. I don't have any complaints about it. The wing looks massive. Not my thing. I'm more of a clean kind of JDM guy like this. I wouldn't even care if this thing didn't have the Tofu logo on it. Doesn't matter up or down. But nonetheless, that's kind of what this BZR that Hot Wheels has in their tuner set comes from. It's homage to this guy right here. And this guy right here is from Kyosho. It's from Initial D. It was a show about 20-something years ago that used to come on anime. A lot of people watched it. But it trips me out. This is what was in the package, okay, when I got the Civic. And this is what's inside the box. So, two completely different protectors. So, this is for when you put it in the box and store it, which is pretty cool. And this was to protect it while it was in the package. But, yeah, I've seen people post these Initial D sets up, which trips me out. they're like, I'm not a fan. I don't really know much about it. Blah 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 blah. But I collected it. I got it because Kyosho put it out, and the detail on it's exquisite. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of buy stuff that I'm familiar with and like. But anyway, there's gonna be people that maybe see this right here, the Panda, and think that my previous tuner I was posting up the BNR from that set, the Kyosho set, but no, those sit on my tofu shop. This here is the Skyline, the purple 40th anniversary I was showing y'all guys from the Tomiko Limited Vintage. As you can see, try to steady it in. The wheels are like a silver color on it. It's a deep purple. And no matter how much I move the camera, I'm not going to bring that purple out. Here, let me get it out of the way. Put it up a little closer. Let's see. Can y'all see the purple? Yeah, there we go. A little bit of it showing up. And so people don't think I took the BNR out of the other set when showing it last Tuesday. Here's another BNR, identical black. That's also my Tomika Limited vintage. You can see the wheels on it are not as bright of a chrome color as the 40th anniversary purple one is. And nonetheless, these are beautiful cars. But here I'm going to show y'all. I screwed it back on the base as proof. There you go. See, initial D. There's a huge difference on the Night Kids BNR. It actually has the Night Kids logo on the side if you pay close attention. And the BNR wheels are brighter chrome. And it has that rear fin on the trunk. But that's the show. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. And I'll get back to you guys tomorrow. And have a good one.